Think you need 20% down to buy a home? Or that you should always wait for spring to get the best deal? Think again. In today's video, I am busting 5 of the biggest home buying myths that could cost you thousands if you believe them. So let's dive in. First of all, 20% down. This is probably the most common myth out there, that you need 20% down to buy a home. The reality, many buyers get in with 3 to 5% down through conventional loans, or even 0% down with VA or USDA loans. The key is to talk to your lender about all of your options. I recently worked with a client who thought they'd need $80,000 for a down payment. It turns out that they qualified for a 5% down conventional loan and got into their new home with just $20,000. They were absolutely shocked that they did not need to wait years and years to save more. Believing the 20% myth can cause you to delay home ownership unnecessarily, missing out on years of potential equity growth. If you are financially stable and can afford the monthly payment, don't let outdated advice hold you back from buying a home. The second myth is waiting for spring to get the best selection. Sure, spring brings more listings, but also way more competition. And with Denver's market heating up, that could mean more bidding wars for you. Sometimes buying in the off-season, like late summer or fall, gives you better negotiating power. In fact, last October, I helped a couple find a home in Sunnyside. In the spring, they lost multiple bidding wars. By fall, the competition cooled just enough for them to win their dream home. And they even negotiated a seller credit towards closing costs. Timing this market perfectly is obviously impossible, but buying when others are sitting on the sidelines can definitely give you a strategic advantage. The third myth is that renting is cheaper than buying. With rents in Denver softening a bit lately, this seems true. But long term, buying builds equity, and it helps you lock in a payment instead of facing rent hikes. Plus, you can deduct mortgage interest if you itemize. So don't let that monthly written price fool you. I had a client paying $2,200 a month in rent who was nervous about taking on a $2,500 mortgage. I mean, as you would. But then we broke down the numbers. We saw that their mortgage payments stayed fixed while their rent had increased 6% year over year. Over 5 years, owning a home actually saved them $40,000 compared to renting. That's not counting their equity. Renting might feel cheaper now, but home ownership is an investment in your future. Every mortgage payment builds equity that renting just never will. The fourth myth is that you should always offer below asking. Thanks, ＨGTV. In a competitive market like ours, lowballing can cost you the house entirely. While it's great to negotiate, you also need a smart, data-driven strategy, especially when homes are going over asking in some neighborhoods. Trust me, I've seen it happen more times than I can count. I had a buyer who fell in love with a Berkeley duplex. I advised them to come in strong, but they insisted on offering $25,000 below asking, despite a competitive situation. A week later, the home sold for $15,000 above asking, and they were crushed. They learned from it, though. The next time, we crafted a competitive offer, and they won. Underestimating the market can mean missing out repeatedly. A strategic offer doesn't mean overpaying. It means understanding the market conditions, looking at the comps before you make an offer. Myth number 5, you don't need an agent in a hot market. Oh, is that right? I think that you definitely do. With everything online these days, some people think that they don't need an agent, but here's the truth. A skilled agent helps you navigate negotiations, avoid costly mistakes, and win in competitive situations. Plus, for buyers, the seller sometimes covers the commission, so it's kind of a no-brainer. I had clients who tried to buy on their own. They found a great home but didn't know what to ask for a sewer line inspection. Turns out the sewer line was cracked, a $15,000 fix. When I helped them sell that home and find their next home, We made sure every inspection was covered. They had to make that repair for those buyers. Real estate's not just about finding a home. It's about protecting your investment. An experienced agent knows the pitfalls and how to avoid them. So which of these myths surprised you the most? Drop a comment below. And if you're thinking about buying or selling a home in Denver, let's talk. I would love to help you separate fact from fiction and make a smart move every step of the way. As always, thanks for watching my video. Please like and follow me for more informative videos on the Denver real estate market and Denver in general.